blizzard hit Grantham University like a white fist. By 10 p.m., the campus was a ghost town. Wind howling between empty buildings, snow piling against locked doors. The perfect night for ghost stories. Not that I believed in ghosts. Not then, anyway. My name is Mike Whelan, and back then I was just a sophomore, running the midnight to 6 shift at WGRU, the voice of Grantham U, our little 500-watt FM station, broadcasting from the basement of the communications building. 103.3 on your dial. Nobody listened to college radio at 3 a.m. on a good night, let alone during the storm of the century. But the station manager was strict about dead air. "Someone's always listening," he'd say. Always. I had no idea how right he was. The first call came at 12:17 a.m. I nearly jumped out of my skin when the phone lit up. I was in the middle of queuing up my next track, some indie rock ballad about summer days that felt like a cruel joke with 3 feet of snow outside. "WGRU, you're on with Mike at midnight." Silence at first, just the faint hiss of static, like an untuned TV. Then, "Hello, can you hear me?" A woman's voice, young, scared, loud and clear. "What can I play for you tonight?" "I need help," she said. I drove off Miller's Ridge. My car. I can't get out. The snow's covering the windows. I sat up straight. "Where exactly are you? I can call 911. "No," she said quickly. "Just play something warm, please. I'm so cold." The request line cut off before I could answer. I stared at the phone, heart hammering. Should I call someone? But what would I say? Some girl might be stuck in a snowdrift somewhere. I looked at my playlist, scrolled through until I found Desert Sun by the Radiators. A song about heat waves and sweltering summer nights. I hit play, then grabbed the mic during the intro. "This goes out to our caller on Miller's Ridge. Hang tight. Help is coming." The song played. I tried the campus police, but the lines were jammed. The storm had taken down power in half the county. I kept picturing some girl trapped in her car, the snow piling higher, the air growing thin. When the song ended, the phone rang again. Same caller ID. Unknown. "Hello, are you okay?" I asked. "Thank you." Her voice was stronger now. I saw lights. "Someone's coming. I think I'm going to be all right." Relief washed over me. "That's great. The song helped?" A pause. "You don't understand. The song changed things. It was different before." "Different how?" "Before you played it, there was no one coming. I was alone. I was going to die here." The line went dead again. I shook it off as the ramblings of someone in shock. Played a few more songs. Made some stupid jokes into the mic about the weather. Normal college radio stuff. At 1:42 a.m., the phone rang again. "WGRU, you're on with Mike at midnight. I need your help." A man this time. Older. His voice tight with pain. "I'm at Lakeside Assisted Living, room 314. I had a heart attack an hour ago." My mouth went dry. "Sir, I should call an ambulance. No one can get through in this storm. I'm already dead, son. Or I will be. Unless what? Play the right song. The last one changed things for Jennifer on Miller's Ridge. Maybe you can change things for me, too." The hairs on my neck stood up. I hadn't mentioned the caller's name on air. Never knew it myself. "How did you know about—" "We can hear each other. All of us who are about to cross over. Please, I don't want to die tonight." I didn't know what to believe, but I scrolled frantically through the music library. What do you play for someone having a heart attack? Something calm, something with a steady beat. I found an old jazz standard, Second Chances. It had a gentle rhythm, like a heart beating, strong and sure. I queued it up and grabbed the mic. This is for our friend in room 314. Hold on. Just hold on. The song played, soft piano and brushed drums filling the studio. I sat there, hands shaking, wondering if I'd lost my mind. Was I really trying to save someone's life with a song? The phone rang the moment the last note faded. The nurse came in, the man said, voice thick with tears. She wasn't supposed to check on me until morning. Found me in time. They're taking me to the hospital now. That's good, I managed. It wasn't going to happen this way, he whispered. I was going to die alone. The song changed it. 3 more calls came that night. A trucker jackknifed on the highway. A college freshman with a bottle of pills. An old woman who'd fallen in her home with the heat out. I played songs for all of them. Songs about light breaking through darkness. Songs about holding on until morning. Songs about the warmth of human connection. And after each song, they called back, telling me how things had changed, how help had arrived, how they'd been saved. At 5:47 a.m., as dawn broke over the snow-covered campus, the phone rang one last time. "Thank you," said a chorus of voices, speaking in unison. "You kept us alive tonight." "Who is this?" I asked, though I already knew. "We're the ones who were supposed to die. The storm was going to take us. But you changed the station." "What station?" "The station of our lives, the frequency of our fates." The call ended, and in that moment, the power at the radio station cut out. The board went dark. The on-air light blinked off. For 5 long seconds, there was nothing but dead air at midnight. Then the emergency generator kicked in, and everything reset to normal. Except nothing was normal anymore. Not for me. The next day's papers reported no deaths from the blizzard. A statistical anomaly, they called it. The first major winter storm in decades with 0 casualties. I quit the radio station a week later. Some things you don't mess with. But sometimes, late at night, I turn my dial to 103.3 FM. And I wonder who's listening, who's calling in, what songs are changing their fate. Because someone's always listening, always. And in the spaces between songs, in that fraction of dead air, I swear I can hear them whispering, "Play the right song, please. I don't want to die tonight." In Millfield, Maine, winter comes early and stays late. By mid-October, the first flakes are already dancing down from a pewter sky. By December, the drifts pile higher than a man's head. The locals are used to it. 6 months of white is the price you pay for living in a postcard. Millfield Elementary sits on the edge of town, a brick building from the 1950s, surrounded by fields that become a perfect blank canvas when the snow falls. Behind the school is a playground, swings, slides, monkey bars, all standing silent and frozen from November to April. I started teaching 3rd grade there 3 years ago. City girl moves to small town, that whole story. Nobody warned me about the snow angels. The first time I saw them was my 2nd winter at Millfield Elementary. I arrived early, as usual. The plows had cleared the parking lot overnight, but hadn't touched the playground yet. Fresh powder lay across it like a clean sheet, perfect and undisturbed. Except for the angels. 7 of them, arranged in a perfect semicircle facing the school. Snow angels like kids make. Arms swept up and down, legs pushed side to side. But these were flawless, too perfect. Each one identical to the others, each one exactly 6 feet from the next. Beautiful, aren't they? I nearly jumped out of my skin. Hank Porter, the janitor, had come up beside me. He'd worked at Millfield Elementary for 37 years. "Did the kids do those yesterday?" I asked. Hank's weathered face didn't smile. "No, Mum. Those get made at night, but the gates are locked, and the snow only fell after midnight. Hank nodded slowly. That's right. He walked away before I could ask more. That afternoon, I cornered Diane Green, who'd taught 5th grade for 20 years. The angels have been appearing every winter since 1987, she said, voice lowered though we were alone in the teacher's lounge. Always 7. Always the same. But who makes them? Diane's eyes darted to the window, though all you could see was the grey winter sky. 7 children disappeared from Millfield in February 1987. They snuck onto the playground one night to have a snowball fight. Search parties looked for weeks. They never found bodies. My stomach tightened. Are you saying? I'm not saying anything, she cut me off. Just that no one goes near that playground after dark in winter. Not if they want to stay around. I laughed it off as small-town superstition. That night, I graded papers until late, then drove past the school on my way home. The playground was just visible from the road, a blank expanse in my headlights. There was a child standing at the fence. Small, maybe 8 or 9, just standing there in the freezing cold, wearing what looked like pajamas. I stopped the car, rolled down the window. Hey, are you okay? The child turned slowly. Too slowly, like a clockwork toy winding down. In the dim light, I couldn't make out a face. A whisper carried on the winter air. Come play with us, teacher. I blinked, and the child was gone. Just the empty playground and the falling snow. The next morning, there were 8 snow angels. I asked around, carefully. No one would say much, but I pieced together the story. Every few years, someone, usually a child, would go to the playground after dark in winter. They'd be seen standing by the fence, looking in. Then they'd disappear. And the next day, there'd be a new angel in the snow. Last winter, it happened again. A 5th grader named Tommy Walsh. A good kid, bright. He'd been dared by some classmates to touch the swings after sunset. Security cameras showed him approaching the fence at 5:47 p.m., when it was already full dark. The cameras showed something else too. 7 small figures, waiting in the playground, standing in a semicircle. Tommy opened the gate. The footage went to static. Tommy was never seen again. And the next morning, there were 8 perfect snow angels in the pristine drift. I shouldn't have looked into it further, but I couldn't let it go. I dug through old newspaper archives, property records, school board minutes. It took months, but I found it. Before Millfield Elementary was built, that land belonged to the Daggett family. In 1842, 7 children of workers at the Daggett Mill died when ice broke on a pond where they were playing. Their bodies were never recovered. The pond was filled in, the land was sold, a school was built, but some things never fully disappear. This morning, I arrived at school early again. Fresh snow had fallen overnight, and there they were. 8 perfect angels now, arranged in that same semicircle. But something was different. The angels weren't facing the school anymore. They were facing the parking lot. Facing my car, waiting. As I turned to go back to my car, to drive away and never return, I heard it. A child's laugh, carried on the winter wind. Then another, and another. I looked back. The playground was empty, but in the pristine snow beyond the perfect angels, something was writing itself. Letters forming as if traced by invisible fingers. Your turn, teacher. Tonight, there will be 9 angels in the snow.